Halo, arguably one of the best game franchises out there. Well, at least it used to be. Although I think Halo has dropped from its glory days, I still believed it could be saved. But to find out, we gotta look back into the future. Cue the music, there we go. And the flames. Now, where did Halo fall from? Well, Halo was one of the biggest franchises there was. It all started with Halo 1 in 2001. Halo 1 started a whole new genre, the modern shooter. It had brought PC shooting to consoles like no game before. Now, Halo 1 would make or break the newly releasing Xbox by Microsoft, as this was its launch title. Now, there was a lot of anticipation around Halo 1, so when it released, it did not disappoint. It was beautiful, and most of all, it had beautiful controls, which games still use to this day. Now, every college student and younger was playing Halo 1 back in 2001. Now, you'd think Halo was just a one-hit wonder, and it wouldn't go anywhere past 2001, pushing 2002. Well, you'd be wrong, because in 2004, Halo released Halo 2. Halo 2 is thought to be one of the greatest games ever. Now, you may disagree, but you can't disagree that Halo 2 destroyed the competition. You may not believe it, but back in the day, Halo used to outcompete Call of Duty. That's how big Halo was. Not only did Halo 2 have a great story and great gameplay, it added a new feature, online multiplayer. Now, this was revolutionary. Now, friends anywhere could play games together. Then they released Halo 3, which was one of the most anticipated games in history.
Halo 3! The wait is finally over!
From coast to coast, gamers lined up to get their hands on this little package, Halo 3.
Halo 3 is here.
There were queues outside every GameStop, and every news station was covering this topic. Now, Halo 3 was another great game. Some would argue not as good as Halo 2, but how can you compete against Halo 2? Basically, Halo 3 took some aspects of Halo 2 and made them better, especially in the online multiplayer section. Now, something weird was happening. Before and after Halo, Bungie was releasing smaller Halo titles. Games like Halo 3 ODST and Halo Reach. Now, these are great games in their own rights, but there's a reason why Bungie was doing this. And that reason would cause the death of Halo. Now, Bungie was getting fed up with its contract with Microsoft, who kept on setting impossible deadlines and demanding more and more from the Halo franchise. You see, Bungie had brought Halo to a nice close. It had finished the story of Master Chief and Cortana. But Microsoft wanted another game, which Bungie didn't really want to do. But Bungie was contracted to make more games, so they made smaller games like Halo ODST and Halo Reach. So once the contract was fulfilled, Bungie got out of there. But sadly, they wasn't able to take Halo with them. And this is where the problem started. Halo had not passed its sell-by date yet, and Microsoft knew this. So they started a new company called 343, who would solely work on new Halo games. People found out that Halo 4 was on the way, but when they found out Bungie wasn't making it, people were skeptical to say the least. Now, there still was a lot of hype around Halo 4, but this would come to an end when it was released. Now, some enjoyed the game, but many found it was a snooze fest, and didn't really feel like a Halo game. It felt more like a weird Call of Duty. Now, this was 343's first time making a Halo game. They're gonna make mistakes. So when they announced Halo 5, people were still highly anticipated for it. But not as much as previous games, but people still felt that 343 could redeem themselves. But people would be disappointed, because Halo 5 was a big stinker. Although many people did compliment the online multiplayer, a lot of people found the story to be lackluster, to say the least. The saga of Master Chief had been completed, and Halo 4 and 5 just didn't do it for people. Now, this was the point where the Halo franchise had a massive crack on it, and one more hit would have broke the camel's back. Now, Microsoft had just announced the new Xbox X, and guess what the launching title would be? Halo Infinite. Now, people were very, very excited for Halo Infinite. People felt as if it was a new step for 343. And they could redeem themselves. Now, the game was delayed and delayed again and delayed again. But of course, this was during COVID times. So after some of its first delays, COVID really didn't help. But people thought to themselves, 343 is taking their time with this, and they're putting a lot of effort into it. Now, sadly, Halo Infinite had missed launch day, but later on it was released. Now, all looked good at the start. People enjoyed the story and kinda enjoyed the online multiplayer. But they noticed one big thing. It was missing a lot of content. Most of the content was missing. There wasn't a lot of modes on the online multiplayer, and the open world was very boring and empty. But this didn't stop Halo Infinite, as it was still being streamed a lot on Twitch and a lot of people were playing it on Steam. Don't forget, most people played it on the Xbox. So the fact it had a lot of players on Steam shows you how popular Halo Infinite was at the start. But the problems started to arise. You know how I said about the lack of content? Well, 343 kept on making these promises. Oh, don't worry, Forge is coming very soon. All those modes are coming soon. Don't worry, it's all coming soon. But soon never come. And people were starting to get a bit peed off. Now people stopped streaming it, and a lot of people stopped playing it. But don't worry, 343 has just added some new skins. Oh no, there's the new battle pass. Yeah, they're adding stuff people don't want. And this was the final straw that broke the camel's back. After all this time, 343 still couldn't get their act together. They kept on teasing all this new content with Forge and new online modes. Where was it? Just an empty promise, and this is what really annoyed people. They were more focused on adding new battle passes and adding new skins that no one wanted. Why buy a skin and why buy a battle pass for an empty game that no one's playing? Now in 2023, the game's pretty much dead, and it's too late to bring all these empty promises to fruition. People have already left the game and gone to better experiences. It also didn't help that Halo Infinite was released during Call of Duty Renaissance. Call of Duty was releasing, again, good games, because a few years prior there wasn't, but now they started releasing good games again, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Call of Duty Cold War. Now, while Call of Duty was going back to its roots, Halo is going very, very far from them. Now, do I think the Halo franchise is currently dead? Yes, 100%. But do I think it can be revived? Of course. I think anything can be saved with enough passion behind it. But that's what it is, passion. And 343 clearly doesn't have passion for Halo. What Microsoft needs to do to give Halo an actual chance is do a whole rescaping of 343. Now, I don't say go and fire all the people who work on the game. They're just workers. They need to do a big clean out, the ones who make the story, the ones who actually control what content go into the game, because someone's messing up really bad. They've had so many attempts and yet they've always failed. That means the problem is really deep inside 343. Now, I think 343 should look back at Halo 2 and Halo 3 and see what went well. Why were they good games and what didn't they have? I could tell you one thing they didn't have are stupid battle passes and skins. They need to start focusing on quality and not quantity of stupid skins and battle passes. No one cares about that stuff. That stuff is for the extreme players who want to waste money. But a lot of us just want to play Forge, and they want to go and play all these different modes, which Halo Infinite didn't have. They need to get their priorities straight. Now, if all of this is achieved, maybe, just maybe, we can get another good Halo game. Halo 6. I can just imagine it now. Back to the 2000s.
Yo, jackass, what the fuck is your problem? You betrayed us the entire fucking...
Anyway, I hope you did enjoy. If you did enjoy, you might enjoy this video. Now, this video is about Rayman, which is still a very good game, although it has been forgotten largely by Ubisoft and the modern public. And if you did enjoy, please consider subscribing and join the Insta Army today. And I'll see you next time. See ya!